Coach Veronica Marie, and I'm here to help you live a healthier and a happier life. I'm going to do that today by talking about human behavior. In particular, we're going to talk about defensiveness. When I talk about defensiveness, I want you to use other people as a reference point, because sometimes it's easier to see the behavior in other people and not so easy to see it within yourself. But once you identify it in another person, I want you to bring this home to you, because we are reflecting one another's behavior, whether we're reflecting the same behavior or the opposite side of the coin, right? Whether we're doing either of those, we're still reflecting. And I want you to be able to see it clearly. And a lot of times it's just easier to see behavior in other people, because we don't like to really admit that we're a particular way. That's called a self-preserving bias. Defensive people are experiencing a contracted awareness. I just did a video on contracted awareness. You can go on my YouTube channel, Veronica Marie, or you can just scroll this page and have a look at what I was talking about, because that's going to be crucial in understanding what I'm talking about right now. They're experiencing a contracted awareness. And we know that in the contracted awareness, nothing is there but more contraction. What is a defensive behavior? A defensive behavior is the ways that we prevent things from entering into our psyche because it's causing too much pain. A defensive person has gone unconscious, gone unconscious. They're looking at you, they're in your physical space or on the phone or texting or whatever. Their mind is communicating with you verbally, but they are not present in this reality. They are present, some part of them, some part of their subconscious is existing in the past, but it's calling the shots in the present. Let me give you an example. You want to call your significant other and you want to talk about something that's heavy on your heart, right? And you think you have the most understanding presentation, you disarm them, you come to them softly, and as soon as you start talking, you notice they tense up. They begin to experience contraction. What's going on? They're triggered. You're hitting some part of them, activating some part of them that reminds them of the past, but they don't know this. They think that it's you. So you see their defensive posture. A defensive posture is a hardened stress response. It gets the body ready for flight or fight. The cortisol starts circulating through the system and all kinds of other things, adrenaline. And the blood flow is away from the part of the brain that can produce logic and moves into a more primal part that is going to produce activation of the limbs. This activation of that animal brain is not necessary. However, we're in the habit of working from it because we don't understand our emotions and our energy on a deep level. This person feels triggered. They begin to relive the past in the energy of their minds. One thing you don't want to do is say that. You don't want to say, you don't have a problem with me, you have a problem with such and such. You don't want to say that, because all you're going to do is light the fire. You don't want to say, that's why I don't talk to you, because every time I try to talk to you, all that's doing is fueling the fire, fanning the flame. Think about when a person has done that to you. You've gotten upset because a person said something or brought something to you or whatever the case was. It never really worked for them to say, you know what, you're overreacting. That made you feel even more, or you begin to feel even more contracted. A defensive person experiences contractions quickly in their awareness. Their awareness goes from here to here, and what lies here is things from the past that they've learned, meanings that they've taken on, generalizations that they made about you, about the world, about people, about themselves, okay? So this defensive person is now contracted and protected. And you're not gonna be able to insert logic in there ever, and you shouldn't, because they're having an emotional reaction right? An emotional reaction which is protective. They probably don't need protection against you, or maybe they do, because if you're defensive too, which is likely the case, they need to protect a part of them that is tired of being touched, hurt, wounded, offended. So they've decided to self-protect by constructing a wall around this contracted energy that is now causing them to feel a particular way. This person, or you, when you've been defensive, is likely not mad at you, but guess what? You take it personally. Because they think they're mad at you, and you think they're mad at you, and you're reflecting this whole dynamic that isn't true. What's true? When you get defensive, or they get defensive, you've gone unconscious. Eckhart Tolle calls this the pain body. It's a force of energy that gets activated, and you go unconscious. Yes, you are present, but you are unconscious in your being. And what you're mad at is something in the past. Some part of you is surfacing, and that part of you is saying, I'm tired of feeling like this. I've been experiencing this for years. I've been sitting inside your being, allowing you to get in the situation over and over and over again, and I'm tired. I'm ready to heal. I'm ready to be done with this. You feel that, because those are the things that you say when you keep coming in contact with this defensive person, especially if the person is someone you're in a relationship with. You feel tired. You feel drained. You think it's the other person and their behavior. They think it's you. It's contracted awareness, and remember, the resolve does not lie on the level of the problem, but nobody can get beneath or below or into their subconscious because you're so contracted on the surface. Somebody needs to expand their awareness to understand what's really going on in this situation, and that person is likely going to be doing that work alone at first. So you're going to think, I need some help. I'm going to reach out to Veronica and start coaching, and then my significant other is going to come with me, and we're going to do that together. More than likely, it's not going to happen like that. More than likely, you're going to have to seek out the coaching and begin the self-work. And in the self-work, you're going to have to embrace the process that this other person is not aware. And so they're not going to be able to react the ways that you want them to. You might call me and set up coaching sessions thinking that your relationship is going to improve right away because you now understand that usually doesn't happen. It's a process. It was a process to get to a place. It's going to be a process to move away from the place, right? So going back to the defensiveness, this person is not mad at you, even though they think they're mad at you. So you can stop taking that personally. I'm not saying disregard their emotions. I'm not saying trivialize the situation, because if you do that, you're really making it worse. What you have to say to yourself is, my significant other is not even mad at me. They're experiencing the past in a way that is painful, and I've triggered that. That's what's true. When you're triggered, you got to go back and watch some of my other videos. When you're triggered, you're mad about how you feel, not at what the person did. Okay? You're mad about how you feel. How you feel is based upon how you've interpreted the situation. How you interpret the situation depends on your past and your conditioning. When you don't resolve your past, it continues to affect your present and your future, and you keep creating the same dynamics. You know why? Because you have the energetic cocktail to keep creating that same dynamic, even though you don't want to. Even though you might say, I'm creating something different, the change must happen deep within the self, not on the outskirts. Because guess what? On this egoic outer layer, as soon as your will is low, as soon as you're tired, as soon as your persona is compromised in any kind of way, you're going to go unconscious and begin to act according to your default programming, even though you want so bad to be different. This is how it is. This is how it is with eating. This is why people get on their nutritional plan. If you don't know, I'm a nutrition coach, a wellness coach, a fitness coach, right? Not only an emotional coach, an energetics coach. I do it all because I like to help you live a healthier and a happier life. But people get on a diet and they'll say, I'm going to eat this, 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 and this. And their will is engaged. So they probably will do it for however long, a day, 2 hours, whatever. Depends on where their will is. After that, something emotional happens, something stressful happens, something gets triggered, they go unconscious, they start eating. And then they'll say, I'm so tired of failing. I'm so tired of starting and stopping. And then they start holding on and vouching for the problem. My problem is I like to eat this. You see how it's a self-defeating cycle to not resolve your energy? The first step is awareness, though. If you simply receive what I'm saying, that's going to put you on a better path. But that's not it. Okay? If that was it, every person that came in contact with a sermon, with a motivational video, with education, a book, every person who did those things would be healed and moved on, and the world would be a better place. But we know it's not like that. Healing is a complex process, and there are people placed on this earth who understand the healing process, and it is their pleasure and their service to help you. Reach out to them. You need a coach. You need a coach who understands human behavior, because this is not even step one. This is the pre-work. All right, that healing is a whole process. Now, after you move through a process and you stay committed to it, then you'll see some patterns on how to heal yourself, and then you won't need to keep coming back for coaching. But for a time, you're going to have to submit to a plan, an action plan. It's like going to the doctor and receiving a diagnosis. You're going to get a prescription, and they tell you, take the prescription as directed until all the medication is gone. Do not stop before that. Okay, you got to see this plan all the way through. And the problem with most people is that they want something quick. They want to jump to processing, reach the goal, and move on, because that's the type of society that we live in. But that's not how it works. I'm sorry, that's just not how it works. So if you need any help, if you have recognized any of this in yourself, I am here to help you. Let's set up some sessions and let's start healing. So I want to summarize, and then we're going to get out of here. A defensive person, you, are experiencing contracted awareness when something happens. What you do based upon that something has to do with your conditioning and all that, and I've talked about that in another video. But you're not mad at the other person. You're not mad at the situation, because the situation is not the issue, and the answer doesn't lie on the plane of the problem. You're mad about how you feel. You think this person made you feel some kind of way. They didn't make you feel any kind of way. If the saying goes, if you squeeze toothpaste, toothpaste is going to come out. Apple juice is not going to come out. When that pressure was applied to you, what's in you came out. They didn't make you do any particular thing. You're mad about how you feel. How you feel is based upon your interpretations. Your interpretations are based upon your experiences. And if your experiences, your inner being, your subconscious is full of unresolved processes and issues, then you think that the person is the issue, what they said was the issue, and all of that, and you cannot heal. But if you realize what I'm saying is true, and this resonates deeply, then you will say, okay, I need to start a healing process. I want you not to fall in the pitfall, the trap of thinking, okay, she just gave me some information, I'm going to take this and use it. This is a whole process, and this is the pre-work. It's not even the process. I want to give you the process. This is not a situation where I want to withhold the information so I can feel some kind of way over you. No. I'm here to serve you. I offer this as a service because it's part of my life purpose. It's part of my passion. And it's been my passion for many years, over a decade. So if you need any help, let me know. Listen, I'm Coach Veronica Marie. If these videos help you, I need you to share them. Like, all kind of things go viral. All kind of dysfunctional stuff go viral. And I'm not mad about that. But I want you to pass this along, because if you want the world to be a better place, and if you want to do your part in it, and you're not really sure what your part is yet, you can contact me. But you can share this video. That will certainly help. All right, that's it. I'm going to go edit this video, the last 2 videos, and put them on my YouTube channel. So I'm creating a library of videos where you can go sit and watch anytime you want to work on yourself. But if you really want to come out of some of these behaviors and really move forward in a way that is total, then you need to inbox me and let's start talking. I love y'all, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.